The world is constantly bombarding us with messages in hopes of influencing the way we think. And those influences are what shape our convictions, morals, and standards. So it's time for us to wake up and start paying attention to the messages that we're receiving and things that we're reacting to. See, the world is peddling a message. Writers, directors, all of these people have an agenda. They have a purpose for writing their songs, writing the script, the TV show that they develop, and the characters and the storylines that they put in there. They have an agenda. They want you to think the way they think or be influenced and be moved towards their direction. And here's the problem. The world's standards are opposed to God's. Look what it says in 1 John chapter 2, 15 and 16. It says, "Don't love this world, nor the things it offers you. For when you love the world, you do not have the love of the Father in you. For the world offers only a craving for physical pleasure, a craving for everything we see, and pride in our achievements and possessions. These are not from the Father, but are from this world." See, it's important to understand that the world's ways, the things that the world wants to influence us to think, are very opposed to what God is saying. It's very clear in that passage. Because the world is saying, find your own truth and do whatever feels good. More and more in our culture, what we hear is, don't judge me. I can do things the way I want. You can do the things you want. And you have your truth and I have my truth. And it's really more about just do what makes you feel good. That's part of what's bringing our divorce rate to such high levels, because it's no longer about commitment, it's about feelings. And the Bible is saying to us that we need to be holy and set apart. The Bible talks about this idea that if we follow Jesus, if we want to go by God's standards and not the world's standards, then we need to be set apart. We need to be different. We need to think differently. We need to act differently. The Bible also says that we have to choose one. You can't love the world and truly love God. Look at what Joshua 24, 14 and 15 says. "So fear the Lord and serve him wholeheartedly. Put away forever the idols your ancestors worshipped when they lived beyond the Euphrates River in Egypt. Serve the Lord alone. But if you refuse to serve the Lord, then choose today whom you will serve. Would you prefer the gods your ancestors served beyond the Euphrates? Or will it be the gods of the Amorites in whose land you now live? But as for me and my family, we will serve the Lord." And that's Joshua there staking his claim and saying, as for him and for his family, that they were making a choice not to go with what the culture around them was saying, but to choose to follow God. And I think it's important, as part of this revolutionary series and talking today about not buying what the world's selling and recognizing the messages that we receive from the world are very contrary to what the Bible has to say, that we need to take an honest look at ourselves. I hope that you do that. Take an honest look at your own life and evaluate. What areas of your life, what things do you do? What things do you watch, or the music you listen to, or the values that you have, or the things that drive you and influence you the most? Where are those coming from? And take a time to evaluate if that honors God or if it dishonors God. Because the truth is, we are being inundated all day long by messages that are of the world and not of God. And at some point, you have to choose which is going to capture your heart and attention.